I've heard this used, the adhesive tape analogy in regards to pair bonding. So it's like tape. When you place tape on something for the first time, the adhesion is strong, it sticks. But the more times you start putting the tape onto a new surface.
Well, that's correct. It's scientifically proven that is what happens the more sexual partners you have.
It is what happens.
But what I think the red pill community fails to offer guys is hope that there is redemption. Like
He's
you could,
Q-pilled,
a guy,
by the way.
a guy or a girl with a high body
I'm
count.
not red-pilled.
A guy or a girl with a higher body count, there is redemption offered to them through Christ that they're not going to get through the red pill community. I just want to say that. So this idea, like, once you have a high body count, your life is over. Like, that's not true. I think that's a really damaging thing to tell people.
Well, I mean,
And age depends on that too. Like, if you were lucky enough to meet your soulmate at 23, then you're never gonna be dating around, sleeping with people. But if you're 30, 33, 35 and single, you're just naturally going to have to have like more opportunity.
We can't keep talking about the ratio.
I'm not. I'm actually just going off what she's saying.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I mean, it's just like, if we're in our 30s and single and trying to meet like a husband, your body count is gonna probably have to be a little bit higher than if you met your person in your 20s, just because you've had to date around a little bit. But then it would go into the ratio thing, which I'm not talking about.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think your age necessarily guarantees that you're going to have a high body count.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're saying like through Christ you can get redemption even if you slept with 100 people?
Jesus loves whores.
There's born again virgins.
It's true.
No.
I don't believe in born
I
again
will not
virgins.
allow.
I hate the whole born again
It's a whole
virgin.
community.
as a
It's
guy-
a
Never
whole
marry
community.
a virgin.
So you would let me ask.
that's what we're
let me ask you a
talking about.
question. You're Christian. You're Christian, right?
Yes.
So let's say a woman, she previously was a prostitute and she slept with 300 people, but she found Christ.
Yes, she goes to the church and gets
She's
baptized.
no longer a prostitute. She's now saving herself till marriage. Would you advocate a male friend of yours? Do you have a brother?
Yes.
Would you advocate for your brother, despite she's redeemed herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's found Christ. Would you advocate your brother marrying her?
It depends on how long ago she was born again and
say how
saved. If
long.
she got saved last week, no.
This
I don't
is-
think
I
she's been
think
in her
born
walk
again
long
is
enough. If
bull-
she
No,
has
let's
been-
say she's been a year.
No.
It's probably still too new in her walk. If she's somebody who has totally changed her life and she has been faithfully living that new life for 5+ years, yes.
But I don't think you can call yourself a virgin again.
No,
That's
you,
why
you
it's born
can't
again.
regain
You're not
your
a virgin
virginity.
again.
You're
She's
not a
not-
virgin, but you
she's
can
not
be
a-
celibate.
A born again
Right,
virgin.
but like that past behavior, in my view, if you're an intelligent man, that should preclude you from a relationship with a man.
And that would
So
be
you
like,
don't
so
have
as
anything
a
in your
non-Christian, that
past
makes
that
sense.
you learned from.
It would
was
be
like, oh,
advisable.
if I knew that
It would be
now,
very
but-
advisable to recommend to men, despite her finding God and being celibate and waiting till marriage, if she was previously a prostitute and slept with 300 men, that does not a good wife make.
I mean,
Well, I feel like the number would play a part in it. You're saying 300. What if she had like 20 and she was like, you know what, I'm gonna hang up the towel.
I mean, a lot of women got 20. Like they got a lot of women.
But
that
I'm
have
saying
20.
like it's a
was for
number
her
thing.
job
Like that's
or
what I'm
not.
asking. Is it a number or is it just the fact that she did it?
or
Oh,
the
like,
Like the fact that
did
she was
it
a
for
prostitute, or
money.
is it the number?
Well, I think there's again like degrees to it. Like if she's a prostitute, no.
Like
I
no
don't care
period
if she
because she's
had
a prostitute.
if she only had 10 clients. If she prostituted herself, done. You're
Okay.
done.
I think that's an incredible testimony for somebody to have. And I personally in my life
Right.
know men who have body counts in the hundreds before they became Christians.
It's
They
kinda
became a
different,
Christian,
though. It's kinda
but ever
different.
from the day they became a Christian, they walked that walk and they lived that life. The fruit of their life shows that they truly are saved and made a change. Then yes, I think that person can still be marriage material.
Well, can't you also say for like men who's had sex for like 300 plus people, like it's also a emotional bond there too, because out of the 300 people you've slept with, you probably fell for like 50 of them. You probably have like close relationships for like 50 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're saying I'm hanging in the
there's-
towel, I
there's
want a real
couple things, right?
relationship.
Yeah, there's a couple things. So in terms of society functioning the best, in an ideal world, everyone would just be a virgin, and they would get married, they would wait till marriage, and then they would raise a family.
That's ideal.
In an
but
ideal world, that's
Nobody's doing
that's
that.
perfect.
It sucks
But-
that society is built up this way. To be
I think it's a
honest.
super
That's what
sad,
it should have been
depressing
like.
world to live in where you think no past behavior can ever be redeemed. That everybody's so doomed to whatever their mistakes are that you can never.
I
Yeah,
just
like
think
what if
that's
the girl was
concerning.
really messed
But
up
what-
in the
but
head
what-
and she got
Learning
help?
from your mistakes, so there's growth. There's something called growth, and like you can't learn.
No, you can grow,
you
but
can't
like
grow without making a couple mistakes.
I mean, I don't
On-
think that a
Make some
virgin
sort of
guy, I don't think a
mistakes.
guy who gets married, let's say a guy that gets married at 29 years old and he's never had sex once is probably going to be the best matchup to marry a prostitute or a former prostitute. But if you're talking about a guy who also has his own path, he's changed, she has, you know what I mean? Then yes, there's not going to be that huge like imbalance of,
And everyone has their own past, and they're gonna connect.
Right. Like,
they're
what if
gonna
she
connect
had,
with
like,
people similar
not saying
to
she had
them.
a legitimate excuse, but what if she was, like, going through stuff and...
that doesn't change.
And now,
the-
and no, she found the proper help. She got the help she needed. She's gone
It's
to
done.
her little therapy.
It's done. It's over. Become a nun. You can become a nun. How about that? Look,
But
look.
then it was like on like.
I'm just
the-
talking for me
Yeah.
and what I would recommend to other men. I don't care if she's now a godly woman. If you previously were a prostitute, drug addicted, 300 body count, I would recommend.
If someone
there
was
are
a
better
drug
women.
addict, but
There
then
are
been
better
sober
women
for
out
like
there.
7-8 years, they don't deserve to get
I wouldn't.
wiped
For
up.
me,
That's
I would.
nuts.
For me, I would not date a woman who was previously a drug addict.
If
for
she was
example.
sober for years.
I don't care how long she's been sober. That's a metric with which I'm not
Dude,
going to date
that's
a woman.
crazy.
How is that fucking crazy? That's smart.
I'm not saying I'm trying to like,
How's
date
that
an
crazy?
ex-drug addict,
That's
but
just
it's like,
discernment.
they probably went through some shitty stuff in their childhood that
That's
got
another
them into
reason.
this addiction.
That is another
But then
reason
they, as
to
an
not
adult,
want to
got
date a
them out
woman.
of it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm trying to date someone like that, but I'm just saying if people change their lives around, they deserve a second.
Like,
are-
legitimate.
I will
Never
say-
look back either.
I will say if that's all you can get, then that's different. But if you have options, that's the worst option to select.
Right.
Regardless
If you're
of how holy it may be, or how much of a good person you may be trying to be, it doesn't matter. You don't want a woman that has that history. You don't want a woman that has that on her ledger.
in the same way that women will make the optimum decision when it comes to who they're going to sleep with, who they're going to partner with, who they're going to marry, who they're going to have kids with. Men are also free to make the optimum decision
Everyone's
and find
free for
everyone is trying to
everyone's
make
free
the
for that.
optimum decision. And as a guy, if you have other options, a woman who was previously I can't believe I have to explain this. A woman who was previously a prostitute and drug addicted does not make for a good potential
I'm
partner.
not like I don't think
I think that's
anyone
totally
would.
fine. I
It's
mean,
just-
everyone
like-
has
I
the
don't
choice
think
to choose
anyone
their optimal
thinks
again,
partner.
people
if,
should
if
date
you just
prostitutes.
if you
We're
got
just
clean,
saying-
if you
Yeah,
I
got
don't
clean
care.
6 months
Like,
ago,
we're just
no.
saying, like,
Redemption.
if she was to, like, clean herself up.
I don't care. No, here's another thing. I don't care if she's been sober
she-
for hold on, let me finish. I don't care if she's been sober for 5 years. You have if you were previously a drug addict, there are probably some irreversible damage you've done to your body.
Yes, of course.
Perhaps even when it comes to fertility. So that could be, there's
But also,
plenty
if you got
of
the
reasons.
vaccine, you're gonna have
No,
done
let's
that
not-
too.
let's not go there.
Fertility. So.
YouTube's going to cancel me. Let's not go there. We're
But
not
we
going to go there.
could. No, we can't because
We're not going to go there.
Like,
But
I
but
mean,
look, but
there's a
that
lot
might
of ways
be
you could take
that,
it.
and a lot of women who maybe a lot of conservative women, that actually might be men or women.
That would
might be
be
a
more
hold-
of a red flag than the
zip
job
it,
thing.
zip it good. Okay. That might be a metric by which somebody doesn't want to date somebody if they got the jab.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everyone can have their preferences.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like that for me is a way bigger red flag than any type of job.
But if everyone can have their preferences, then we can't really say, well, like, these preferences are okay, but these preferences are not okay, right? Like, it's either one or the other.
For themselves what the preferences
You literally
are.
just
We're
said,
gonna
when I
completely
said,
different-
I
Brian's
didn't, hold on.
deciding for
When I
himself.
just said,
Yeah, no, it's
Hold-
fine.
Chris,
that you're deciding.
zip it, okay? Kirsten, you like to interrupt.
Brian.
You like to interrupt, okay? I'm not going to tolerate it anymore, okay?
Ooh, the sadness.
Zip it, okay. You literally just said, Brian, it's crazy that you wouldn't date a woman who's been 7 years sober. That's not crazy, that's smart.
I'm not saying for you, but I'm saying for someone else. Like everyone deserves to find their person.
Nobody deserves to find a person.
Everyone's going to eventually. Well, not everyone.
I'm not here. No. Here, I think maybe here's where you're getting caught up. I'm not saying that it's going to be impossible for a woman who used to be a prostitute or who used to be drug addicted to find somebody.
I agree with you on that.
Of course. But what I'm saying, what I'm arguing is that for myself, and honestly as a recommendation for other men, don't date a previous drug addict. There are better options out there. In the same way that women are looking for the best options, you too as a man can go for the best option. You can optimize and try to get the best option. I just think it happens to be the case that a lot of women are unaccustomed to men articulating preferences, standards, and boundaries.
Because most men are never in a position to. So when women hear it, they're like, this is unusual. The fuck was he talking about? Every woman deserves love. Every woman should have a man. Every woman gets a second chance. That's essentially how y'all treat it. And it's inherent. It's like y'all intrinsically believe that.
I don't think that at all.
But there's a lot of women who
everybody
do.
deserves to have children, or well, I don't think everybody is guaranteed to have children or should have that. Yeah, I can't talk. I don't think everybody's guaranteed to have children. I don't think everybody's guaranteed to get married. I think that it's totally depends on God's will for your life.